Introduction. In this introduction, we'll discuss the Achieve HighPoints program. We'll discuss how to log into your account and how to edit your profile settings. Overview. For more than a decade, HighPoints Learning, Inc., creator of Achieve HighPoints, has been providing online math services to school districts, schools, and students in over 27 states. Achieve HighPoints was designed specifically to simplify the complex processes of early intervention and remediation in order to help at-risk students achieve grade-level mastery and higher test scores. By providing a sophisticated reporting system with alerts and charts, educators are automatically alerted to low performance trends and red flag areas in need of attention. A unique and powerful intervention tool provides teachers with the ability to send custom practice sessions to directly address each student's challenge areas and specific curriculum strands. Case studies and more information about our successes can be viewed on our website. Login. At the top right corner of your screen, click User Login. Enter your login details and click Submit. Edit Profile Settings. Click your name on the top right corner of the screen. Click Settings. Then you may change your name, password, and user ID. Click Submit. Teacher Resources. Teacher Kit, a professional development tool to help teachers refresh their math skills and find solved examples to use in the classroom. Math Dictionary, a handy tool that provides math definitions and solved examples to use in class. Teacher Kit. You'll find the Teacher Kit icon at the top of your screen. The Teacher Kit serves as a professional development tool to help teachers refresh their own math skills or to help teachers find math questions to use in the classroom. The first step is to pick a grade level. The second step is to view all the curriculum strand choices. Select a strand choice, and you'll find a set of questions for that strand. To view a question in detail, click Go, and you may click Show Step-by-Step Solution to view one step at a time on how to solve the question, or click Show All Steps to view the worked out example, all the steps of the example. You may also print the question if you wish. Math Dictionary. You'll find the Math Dictionary icon at the top of your screen. Select a term to find a math definition and solved examples for any type of math topic. You will also see additional links at the top right area for related math terms. Dashboard. This is an overview of all the reports and information that surface to your dashboard view, including student alerts, the student proficiency snapshot, diagnostic assessment status of students, diagnostic assessment results, a biweekly report of inactive students, and recent iSession activity. Student alerts. The student alerts area at the top left area of your dashboard is a snapshot view of low performance trends and activity with your students. To view this report in more detail, click Low Score Notifications. You'll see the student name, the session that they worked on based on the curriculum strand number, and their score. This is a great tool to quickly assess student activity and low performance trends in need of attention. Student Proficiency Snapshot. This area of your dashboard will give you a high-level overview of overall student performance for all your classes. Student performance in this chart is broken down by performance from A through F. By clicking one of the letters of your choice, I'm going to go ahead and click A. I'll be able to see the students at this level. I'm going to go ahead and click into the account of Rachel Kennedy, and I'm going to view the graph by clicking this icon here. Here we can see this blue line that represents the pre-test results for any given session that the student has performed. The gold line represents the student's performance on the post-test. In this example here, If I were to hover over any of these dots, the curriculum strand will appear so I know what the student has worked on. In this instance that I'm on, the student previously scored an 80 and the latest test shows that they scored 100. Diagnostic assessment status. This area of my dashboard shows me all my classes, the number of students for each class, the students that have completed the initial diagnostic assessment that starts the Achieve HighPoints program, as well as the students that have not yet completed the diagnostic test. I'd like to drill down further for more details, so I'm going to click here for more info. I'm going to select a class from the drop-down menu, select a date range, and click Go. All this data can also be exported to Excel if you wish. Here I have all my student names, their score of the diagnostic assessment, a date stamp of when they completed the assessment, and this area here, Learning Gap, which is very key in understanding the challenge areas that students face during the assessment. In this instance for Annalise, I'm going to click View. This shows me all the topics where Annalise had difficulty during the diagnostic assessment. This is very key in helping me identify quickly the areas that I need to target for each individual student. In addition, we have this Compare Diagnostic Assessment tool. This shows me quickly how students answered for each question of the diagnostic assessment. I can unselect names if I wish. By default, all the names are pre-selected. I'm going to click Compare Report. This represents all the questions of the diagnostic assessment, and what I see here is red and green. Red represents the incorrectly answered questions. As a teacher, I can quickly see that question 25, as an example, was a challenge question for a lot of my students. So this will really help me zero in on specific questions in areas that I need to focus on in the classroom. Diagnostic assessment results. This visual graph provides me with a high-level overview of how all my students performed on the initial diagnostic assessment. Each color represents a score level. For example, this green color represents a score of A. I can click into each color to view more detail. Here I have all my student names in the score level category of A and their score. I can click the report area or answers area to get further information on how that student answered the assessment. Inactive students, biweekly report. This area of my dashboard shows me quickly the students who have not completed any work on Achieve HighPoints over a 2-week period. I have a date stamp of their last login, as well as all the hours they've spent on Achieve HighPoints to date. Recent iSession activity. This area of my dashboard shows me the latest sessions completed by my students. Here's the date of some of the latest sessions that students have completed from all my classes. I'm going to click for more information. Here I have a full listing by student name, the session that they worked on, and a date stamp in descending order of the latest sessions that my students have completed. Program features. Program features is an overview of Achieve HighPoints navigation, including Manage Class, Assessments, Assignments, and Progress Data. Program Features Overview. Now that we've covered the dashboard, it's time to talk about the time-saving tools, reports, and day-to-day activities that teachers perform on Achieve HighPoints. Manage Class. This area allows you to create a class, add students, review student activity and usage, and search student names. The Assessments area allows you to view diagnostic assessment scores, reports pertaining to pre- and post-tests, and cumulative reports. Teachers can also create their own assessments based on benchmarks. Assignments. This area allows teachers to view the lesson plans, create assignments or remediation work, and intervene in areas where students are challenged. Progress data. This area gives teachers sophisticated reporting pertaining to monthly progress reports, class sessions, class score spread, an individual student activity, and performance on individual sessions. Manage class. This section covers the day-to-day activities that you'll utilize using Achieve HighPoints, including how to view and edit student information, track student usage, review inactive students, create a class, and enroll students, and perform a quick search on student names to find their login details. View and edit student information. Under Manage Class, select Student Info. Select a class from the drop-down menu and click Go. I have a student's name, login ID, password, parent email if provided. By clicking their login ID, I can see information for the individual student, make edits, and update. If a student has forgotten his or her password, I can easily click Reset to set their password to Math. This allows a student to log in and make changes to their password. Track student usage. Under Manage Class, select Program Usage. You may view all student activity or select a specific class. Select your date range and click Go. Here you'll see the students for the specific class, the last date stamp of their activity, year-to-date hours, and other details pertaining to usage. I also have their overall score for all completed iSessions. Inactive Student Report. Under Manage Class, select Inactive Students. You may view all your students or select a class. Select your date range and click Go. The names of my inactive students will appear below with other details. I have their year-to-date hours, the date of their first login to Achieve HighPoints, the date of their last login, and the number of days they've been inactive. Create a class. In most instances, your student lists have already been preloaded into your account by Achieve HighPoints. However, if you need to add a class, this is how you do it. Under Manage Class, click Create Class, select the grade level, and name your class. Click Go. Your class has been created. Enroll students. I can easily enroll students to my class quickly and easily. Under Manage Class, click Enroll Students. Select a class name from the drop-down menu and add a student name. Let's pretend that John Jones is a new student in my classroom. I don't need all these extra fields, so I'm going to go ahead and delete these areas. I can select this checkbox if I wish John to leave constructed responses on math questions. Then I click Enroll Students. Below you'll see that John's name was entered. I already have his login ID and password, which are automatically provided, so that I can easily give John his details so that he can get started on the program immediately. Student Search. Under Manage Class, select Search Students. Enter a first or last name of your student. Click Go. The student details will appear below. You'll have the student's login ID and password handy. At any time, if a student forgets their login details, you can quickly perform a quick search and find their password or login ID. If you wish to see further details about each student, click Action, which is the plus sign to the left. This provides me with more details about this student. Diagnostic Assessments and Reports. This section covers some of the diagnostic reports provided by Achieve HighPoints and also how to create your own assessments. We'll cover diagnostic report, how to create assessments, pre and post test reports, and cumulative performance reports. Diagnostic report. Under Assessments, select Diagnostic. Select a class from the drop-down menu and click Go. Here you'll see my student names, the date of completion of their assessment, their score, and individualized reports for their assessment. Here's a report for my student Vanessa. I see her score level category in this area. I also see a visual graph of her strengths and weak areas. And I have a listing of her strengths and challenge areas based on the assessment. This gives me very valuable data to help me identify the students' areas of challenge so that I can address them through remediation. Create assessments. Under Assessments, select Benchmark Assessment. This area will allow you to create your own assessment for benchmarks or any other kind of assessment that you'd like. Select your grade level. The content for this grade level will automatically load based on the Common Core curriculum standard. You may expand or collapse the menu of topics at any time. You may select up to 30 questions total for each piece of work or assessment that you create and achieve high points. You have two options when creating work. One option is create instant session, and the second option is create custom session. Create instant session will automatically load questions on your behalf. Create custom session allows you to handpick your own questions to add to an assessment, homework, or any piece of work that you create. Let's get started. I'm going to select expressions and equations and select a couple questions from each different strand. As you can see, I have the strands listed here and the number of available questions for each strand listed in this area here. I'm going to go ahead and create my instance session. I also want you to note before I move on that you may select questions for multiple topics and multiple strands. Let's click Create Instance Session. There's a default name here for my assignment or assessment. I'm going to change that. I can also share this assignment with teachers if I wish. And let me review what I've created. Here are the questions that have automatically been loaded for me based on my selections. Please note that the correct answer only shows to me in my account and not to my students. If I'm satisfied with this assessment, I will click Save and be taken to an Assign page. Below you'll see the assignment that I've just created in a matter of minutes, and I can go ahead and send this to my students instantly. Select your class and click Go. At this point, you can assign this to your entire class, or you may choose to hand select certain students that you want to send it to. Once you're ready, click Assign. Your session has been sent to your students. They'll be alerted to that they have a new session in their account. Let's go back to assessments. This time we're going to create a custom session. Again, I can expand and collapse my topic names. So I'm going to select a couple questions from this topic and one from geometry and click Create Custom Session. You'll see all the questions available based on my selections. I have 30 questions to review and to pick. I can include any question that I like. As you can see, I have time to review these questions here. I'm going to click this question and this question. Once I'm satisfied with my selections, I'm going to click Save Selections and Review. Again, I can rename my assignment, share with my fellow teachers, review, and save. Here I'll see my custom assignment here, and I can assign this to my students immediately if I wish. I select my class and click Go. Again, I can send this to my entire class or handpick the students that I want to send this to. And my work is done. Pre and post test report. Under Assessments, select Pre and Post Tests. Select a class name of your choice and click Go. A report will appear below and show the student's initial assessment score at the start of the Achieve HighPoints program and the post-test score. Once the student has completed the diagnostic assessment and has gone through the Achieve HighPoints learning plan, a post-test will be provided to gauge the student's improvement or needs improvement status. Here you'll see the student's name listed for this class, their pre-test score in the diagnostic assessment, and their post-test score. In this column, you'll see the growth that's been captured or improvement rates in students who are still in need of improvement. Cumulative reports. Under Assessments, click Cumulative Reports. You may select to see all your students or a class. In this case, I'm going to select a class and click Go. Here you'll see all the students in this class. I'm going to view the cumulative report for Vanessa. This report shows me all the activity that Vanessa has done on Achieve HighPoints, all her completed work, all her assessments, etc. In this report, you'll see the name of the strand, the date of completion, her score, and her performance level. At the bottom of the report, you'll see a code for the performance level to gauge Vanessa's progress in areas in need of improvement. Assignments. In this section, we'll talk about how to view and reorder a lesson plan, how to create assignments, how to view your assignment list, how to use the intervention tool, and viewing constructive responses from students. View and edit lesson plan. Under Assignments, select Lesson Plan. Select a class name and click Go. You'll see your lesson plan below, based on the Common Core curriculum standard. The gray topics represent topics that have been completed by your class. Below, you'll see the pending topics in green. At any time, you can reorder the lesson plan simply by dragging and dropping topics to different areas. Create assignments. Under Assignments, select Create Remediation. Select a grade level of your choice. The content for this grade level selection will appear below based on the Common Core curriculum standard. You may expand and collapse the menu topics at any time. For any piece of work or assignment that you create in Achieve HighPoints, you can select up to a total 30 questions for each piece of work. You have two options available to you when creating work in Achieve HighPoints. Option 1 is Create Instance Session. What you do is you select the number of questions you want from multiple strands or one strand depending on your choice. From there, once you click Create Instance Session, Achieve HighPoints will automatically load questions on your behalf. The second option, Create Custom Session, allows you to handpick the questions that you want for your assignment. You can handpick the questions and review all the questions available for the topics that you've selected. So let's get started. I'm going to start with option 1, Create an Instance Session. You can pick from multiple topics and multiple curriculum strand numbers. I'm going to go ahead and put a number in for the number of questions that I want from these two strands. The number in green here under Question Count shows me the total available questions for this curriculum strand. Once I'm satisfied with my selections, I click Create Instance Session. A default name populates this field for Save Assignment. I'm going to rename this to something else. I can also share anything that I create in Achieve High Points with fellow teachers in my school. Once I've had a chance to review my questions and I'm satisfied, I will go ahead and save this work. Please note that the correct answer does not appear to my students. It only shows to me as the teacher. Once I click Save, I'm automatically taken to a page where I can assign this piece of work to my students. The assignment appears here, and I'm going to click Assign Now. Select your class, and you may select this and send this to your entire class, or you can handpick the students that you want to send this work to. Click Assign. This session has been sent to your students, and they'll receive an alert that they have a session in their account that they need to complete. Now let's go back and create a custom session, which is the other option in Achieve High Points. I'm going to go back, click Create Remediation. This time I'm going to create a custom session. I actually want to look at and pick my own questions. I enter the number of questions that I want for this strand, and I'm going to click Create Custom Session. I have 10 questions available for this strand that I've selected, and I can handpick the questions that I like. Simply click Include in the checkbox to include these questions in your assessment, assignment, or homework, whatever you use this for. Once you're satisfied with your selections, click Save Selections in Review. Again, I could rename this assignment to something else. I can save this with my fellow teachers, and I'm going to review what I've created. If you're satisfied with your assignment, click Save. Click Assign Now next to your assignment's name. Select your class and assign to your students. In a matter of minutes, I've created a custom piece of work to send to my students. My assignments. Under Assignments, select My Remediation Work. Based on the grade level that you've selected, you'll see a list of all the assignments that you've saved, or assignments that you've saved and assigned to students. You'll see the name of the assignment here. You'll be able to print this assignment if you wish. You'll see the number of questions if you shared it with fellow teachers. You can also view a history of who you've sent this to. If you wish, you can reassign this piece of work to other students or resend to your students. Intervention Tool. Under Assignments, select Intervention Tool. Select your class. I'm going to focus on this student here, David Cameron. Let me start by saying that the Intervention Tool is a key feature of Achieve High Points. This tool allows me to remediate and provide early intervention to each student in my class. Based on the performance of the student, I'm provided with a list of all the strand numbers where the student has challenge areas. I'm going to pick this one here, and I'm being prompted to send remediation work to this student immediately based on the challenge area listed here. I'm going to rename this session to something else. I can send this to David now, or I can choose to send it next week, or any time that I wish. Once I click Submit, this assignment is sent to David, and what this provides David with is extra practice based on his exact challenge areas. This has been sent to David. I can go back right from this drop-down menu and pick his other challenge areas and send work in these areas. Constructive Responses Report. Under Assignments, click Constructive Responses Report, select your class, and select the name of a session. Click Go. Here are all the names of the students who've completed this strand. Click View to look at their constructed responses. If a student has provided detailed responses for a math question, you would see that response here. Progress tracking and reporting. We'll talk about some of the reports provided by Achieve HighPoints, including progress reports, class session reports, class score spread, and student session reports. Progress reports. Under Progress Data, select Progress Reports. Select your class, and you may choose to view monthly reports, or you can select a date range. I'm going to view monthly student progress reports for the month of February. I'm going to look at the report for my student Annalise. Click View. Here's the February report for Annalise. Here I can see any strand that she's worked on, her score, and right away if she's proficient or not in what she's worked on. Below I see any current session that she's working on, and any comments provided by Achieve HighPoints. These serve as recommendations to help you gauge what you need to do with the student as far as remediation or additional practice. I see in this following strand, Annalise has achieved proficiency. Class session reports. Under Progress Data, select Class Sessions. Select your class. For every strand that your class has worked on, you'll see a high-level chart showing performance trends. In this instance, I see a chart that shows me how students have performed. I see their pre-test score for this particular strand and their post-test score. I also have a column that shows me any growth patterns. To drill down further, I'm going to click this strand number here. This will show me every student's test score for the pre-assessment for this particular strand and the post-test for this strand. I can pinpoint the students who have challenges in the strand as well as the students who have improved. Class score spread. Under Progress Data, select Class score spread. Select your class and select the name of a session. You'll receive a chart based on this exact session on how all your students in this class have scored. This visual chart shows you the performance trend of your class. Below you'll see the score for each student. Student session reports. Under Progress Data, select Student Sessions. Select your class and click Go. Here you'll see all the students for your class. I'm going to select Annalise. This is a session-focused report that shows me all the sessions completed by Annalise and her progress. Below you'll see each strand number listed and Annalise's score. The green number shows me that she's proficient in all these strands. If she wasn't proficient or needed help, the numbers would appear in red.